Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cat's Tiny Kitchen. As you can see today, we're not really in the kitchen, we're in the garage. I have a little bit of an art project that I want to take on, and I wanted to have you all join me with this project. This is actually something that I did with my son when he was 7 years old, and it was pencil holders for his teachers, his elementary teachers. So what I'm doing, as you can see, I have a camera here on the table. I wanted to go over all of the contents for the project with you, and I wanted you to be able to get a close-up view of it while we're going over it. So with this project for the pencil holder, I've got 1 can of red spray paint. Now you can use any color you want. I'm actually making this for Michael for Valentine's Day, so to speak. And he is a veteran. He is an Air Force veteran. So of course I have my blue acrylic paint, my white acrylic paint, and my red acrylic paint. And to construct the pencil holder, I have two canning rings. We do a lot of canning, so I end up with extra canning rings that I can't use anymore because they either get rusted or corroded. So rather than throw them away, you can use them for an art project. And then I also have a lid, canning lid. I have 30 popsicle sticks. I've got my 5 brushes. I bought those at Dollar Tree for $1.25. They should call it $1.25 Tree now. I got my 3 containers here to put my paints in when I get to the point of painting the popsicle sticks. And I got my water to rinse my brushes in. So that's all of the stuff that I need to create this little pencil holder. And I'm so glad you came with me today to check it out. I hope you like this and you can share it with your family. This is something that is really, really, really fun to do with the kids. It gives them a chance to hang out with mom or dad. It gets them an opportunity to paint, get a little messy, and create something special for either you or their teachers on Valentine's Day, or any holiday for that matter. So with that being said, we're going to start out with the spray paint, and I've got to do some rearranging here before I get it going. So I'll be back in just a minute. The reason I'm not getting close to you today with this shot is because this spray paint can get airborne, and I don't want to damage my lenses on my cameras. They cost me a lot of money. So the first thing we're going to do is spray paint our 2 rings and our lid. And the reason I'm using the spray paint is the acrylic paint that I got won't adhere to metal. So I have to use a paint that will adhere to metal so that it will stay the color that I want it to and not rub off. And I'm just going to do even strokes. Excuse me, folks. And I'm only going to give this 1 coat. It doesn't really need... You can give it as many coats as you want, but I'm just going to give it 1 coat. And that's all we need to do for now. So while we're waiting for our paint to dry on the rings, I'm going to start painting the popsicle sticks. I picked 15 that I'm going to paint white, and then the other 15 I'm going to paint blue. And I'm going to start with the white first, just because I think it might be a little easier to deal with. So this isn't a white acrylic. So let's, we're going to give them a light coat. Doesn't have to be perfect. One. Looks like I might have to put a second coat on these. I don't know yet. We'll see once it dries. I'm using a heavier coat, so it's going to take probably a little longer to dry too. This card table that I'm using belonged to my parents. It is probably older than I am. I've been using it for art projects, painting projects. Prior to that, it was a card table for euchre. Mom and Dad would have friends over and they'd play euchre. And then in later years, once they got too busy with work and life, they started letting my brother Tim use it, and he would use it to build his model cars. He used to be big into model cars before he got big into actual real cars. And it's just holding up really good. You know, they don't make things like they used to. This table's probably, I want to say I'm 62, probably 64 or 65 years old. Yeah, and I am going to have to, once these dry, I am going to have to put another coat on them. Like I said, this is something fun you can do with the kids. Victor and I enjoyed it. Very easy. I didn't have a glue gun in those days. We used Elmer's glue. With this project, I am going to use a glue gun. And the pencil holder that he and I made for me is actually still alive and well, even though the glue's let out after all these years. It still holds pencils and pens. I have to show it to you here in a minute after I get these white ones painted. That one up a little bit. There. Not too worried about the other side because it's going to be the inside of the pencil holder and it probably won't be seen. I don't know, if I get really anal, I might change my mind and paint the other side too. Could have used spray paint on all of this and it probably would have worked better, but for this time of year it's very cold and we can't really open the garage door for long periods of time. As you can hear, my furnace is already working and we're not even having real winter weather right now for some reason. The weather is just not being winter. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this newspaper over. No, I'm going to get another piece of newspaper. Hang on. And while I'm doing that, I'll get the other pencil. So this is the pencil holder we did many years ago, and it's still holding up. Like I said, there's a couple of spots where it needs some glue, but it still works, so we'll take it. Hopefully this one will last Mike a while too. I just want to get some paper down over this white paint because I don't want it mixing in with my blue paint. So there we go. Get another brush here. Use that one for my white again because I'm sure I'm going to need it. And we will do the blue. Oh yeah, blue's looking nice. We'll see how much it soaks in. These over here out of the way. Yeah, we'll put them up here. Oh yeah, this blue covers really well. I don't think we will need another coat. We'll wait a while. And this does not have to be perfect, especially if your kids are doing it. Let them do their own thing. And everything will be happy. The most important thing, it'll be made with love, and it will be made by hand from the youngster. This is a really quick project. The only thing is with this, oh goody, I'm going to have to paint another white one. The only thing with this is you just have to wait for the paint to dry before you can put everything together. So there we are. We have 15 white, 15 blue, and I'm gonna have to fix a white one, and I'll do that while we're off camera. So I will be back, and I'm gonna go ahead and put another coat of white on these, but I'm not gonna bring you along for that. I'll just do that off camera, and then when it's ready to go, I will bring you back and we will start putting this together. So we'll see you in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. I'm so glad that you got a break for me, a little bit of a break while we were waiting for paint to dry. I ended up actually painting both sides of the popsicle sticks because you will be able to see them on the inside. So as you can see, I've got them painted on both sides. I ended up putting 3 coats of paint on the outside of the white ones, and that seemed to help it quite a bit. And rather than paint it and put it on my newspaper, I went ahead and got some plastic wrap, and I put them on plastic wrap after I painted them because it would be easier to get everything unstuck, so to speak. So I've got my glue gun heating right now. I'm hoping it's hot. And what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to pick my lid that has the most boo-boos on it from painting, And I'm going to use that, but I'm going to put a few beads of glue right here. Just a few beads of glue. And you have to excuse me, I don't use glue guns that often. So there's going to be some stringers here, which we'll remove really quick. And then I'm going to take the lid that I painted and I'm going to put the paint side down inside of here and press it down so it sticks. Make sure it holds. And now the fun part. I haven't done this in a long time, so I'm just going to let you know this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to put a little bead of glue along the edge here so that I can stick my popsicle sticks to it. Now I already know I'm probably not going to use all 30. I can use them for other projects when we're done here. But I wanted to make sure I had enough to get through the project with you all. So I'm going to start with the bottom first, and I'm going to put a bead of glue here. And also I'm not left-handed, so put a bead of glue, pretty good bead of glue. I'm going to do the same thing with the top. Put a bead of glue around there. I'm going to do it in sections. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate my popsicle sticks with the good painted side out. And I'm just going to stick one on there. And then I'm going to bring my bottom up. And I'm going to stick one on there. And make sure that I have it quite as level as possible. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a white one in. And I'm just going to keep doing that and alternating them all the way around. Close together. Guess I better speed it up too, huh? And then I'm just going to keep doing this all the way around. And this goes pretty quick, as you can see. When you're doing this with the kiddos, oh, we're sliding. If you don't want to use hot glue, that's fine. Go ahead and use Elmer's glue. That's what I did the first time when I made this with Victor. But for the sake of time, I'm trying to get this done a little quickly for you all. And you can use a lot of glue. Once we get down to the end, it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I haven't used the glue gun in a long time either. So we got a blue one, we need a white one. Looks like I'm going to have to overlap one because the original ones we made took exactly 20 popsicle sticks, and this one is not conducive to what we did. So as you can see, there's going to be a spot here where I have a little gap, so I'm going to take some glue on the back side of one of these white ones, and I'm just going to slide it in there. Try to cover up that little gap. Like I said, it's not going to be pretty. So the gap is covered somewhat, and it doesn't matter, but that's your finished product with putting together. And of course I got to get all my little squiggly glues off of here now. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to use glitter or googly eyes for Mike, because I'm just being silly. So I did agree to use googly eyes, and I'm probably going to make a little sign to put in the pencil holder for him that says, "I got my eyes on you." I'm going to put his name on. You can decorate these any way you want to. I've got some glitter here that you could use. Like I said, I got my googly eyes. I'm going to use my googly eyes. And I'm also going to put his name on. I got decals to put his name on them. And I will do this in the background, of course, and I will share a picture of this with you when I am done and I have all the glue off of it. I'd like to thank you again for joining me. I hope this is something you can do with your kids at home. If you know somebody who has children and they're stuck inside because it's a snow day, the weather's too cold, get them around the table, cover it with paper, and have an arts and crafts time with them. With that being said, I'm so glad that you all came to join me today, and I wish you a very blessed day. Goodbye now. Well, I couldn't decide on googly eyes or glitter, so I actually did both. So this is the final product. I'm going to give it to Mike early today, before Valentine's, because he starts his chemo and radiation tomorrow. So I wanted something to give him early, because he may not be feeling that great tomorrow. So there you go, some bonus video. And let me see if I can get close up. So you see the glitter. There's not a whole lot of glitter on it, just enough. So there we go. Final product. Thank you all for coming along for the ride.